Alexandra Eala reflects on victory over Jasmine Paolini in Dubai. Alexandra Eala elicited positive reactions in tennis circles after defeating Jasmine Paolini and reaching the round of 16 of the Dubai Tennis Championships. The 20-year-old Filipino won 6-1, 7-6, and her next challenge will be Sorana Cîrstea, an experienced Romanian who wants to continue her great form. Ella shared her emotions after the match, saying that the match brought exciting moments, but that she is aware that she had to be much better at some moments. In the end, her bravery paid off, and she will now deservedly play in the next round. Yeah, I think she is an incredible fighter, to be sure. I think I tried to remind myself that I was doing well. I have to watch it again, but I don't think I did any big disasters during those moments. She earned those points as well. I think when my opportunity, that every time the opportunity arose, I tried my best to be brave and go for my ball, yeah. Eala said. Alexandra Eala on Philippines Open. The Filipino tennis player also spoke about the Philippines Open, the first WTA event in Manila, highlighting how significant a step it is for tennis in the Philippines. The young tennis player wants to win her first title on the WTA Tour, and performances like this awake optimism that she will soon get her first trophy. To achieve such success, she will need to maintain her rhythm, as in the next round she is expected to face a quality and experienced opponent, the recent winner of the Transylvania Open. Ella is a young tennis player with good foundations for success, but now it is necessary to focus on work and training. If she really keeps the winning mindset, she is certainly on the right track to winning WTA titles. The Rise of a New Dawn, a creative reflection on Alex Eala's triumph in Dubai. When dawn breaks over the sprawling sands of Dubai, the city pulses with possibility. Skyscrapers pierce the pink-hued sky, and somewhere within the meticulously manicured courts of the Aviation Club Tennis Center, a young athlete prepares to rewrite her story. This isn't just another match, it is a compass point in a career, a moment when preparation, pressure, and belief converge. For Alexandra Eala, the match against Jasmine Paolini wasn't merely an obstacle to overcome. It was a moment to affirm destiny, to transform potential into proof, and to transform nervous energy into fierce resolve. When she stepped onto center court that night in Dubai, a 20-year-old with fire in her eyes, she carried more than a racket. She carried a nation's dreams, the whispered prayers of those who followed her journey from junior champion to WTA contender, and the quiet courage of countless girls who saw themselves in her. From the first serve, a statement. From the outset, Alexandra's intentions were clear. She opened the match with precision and dominance, sweeping through the first set 6-1 with a blend of aggressive shot-making and unyielding confidence. Each forehand and backhand wasn't just a point won, it was a declaration that she belonged at the pinnacle of women's tennis. To the casual observer, the scoreline might have looked lopsided. But behind every game was a narrative of discipline. Hours on the practice courts, tactical adjustments, mental conditioning, and a heart forged under pressure. Jasmine Paolini, a former champion and world-ranked top 10 player, is no ordinary opponent. And yet, in those opening games, it was as if Alexandra was crafting a tapestry of excellence with every point she played. The emotional tide, a crowd transformed. What made the moment extraordinary wasn't just technical prowess, it was the communion between player and people. Filipino supporters filled the stadium, flags waving, voices rising in song, creating an atmosphere that felt less like a sporting venue and more like a celebration of identity and pride. There was a sense in which this wasn't just tennis, it was collective storytelling. Alexandra later reflected on that moment in her post-match interview. With characteristic humility and depth, she described how, at one point, she looked up and realized, this stadium is full of Filipinos, and wondered how many were praying for her success. That thought, she said, became a source of strength, imbued with emotional gravity that grounded her when the match tightened. It was almost cinematic, a young woman battling on the court, buoyed by the hopes of a diaspora, the collective energy of thousands of supporters who had traced her career from Manila courts to global arenas. That emotional connection added texture to every rally and significance to every point. The second set, a test of spirit. If the first set was a statement, the second was a crucible. Paolini, seasoned and steely, refused to be swept aside. She fought back, clawing games, resisting defeat, and reminding Alexandra, and everyone watching, that moments of triumph are rarely linear. When Eala led 5-3 and had multiple match points, it seemed destiny was within reach. But the Italian wouldn't relent. She rallied, fought back to level the set, and forced a tiebreak, a dramatic reminder that sport reflects life, uncertain, demanding, unpredictable. In those tense points, Alexandra wasn't just playing tennis, she was navigating the swirling tides of doubt, adrenaline, expectation, and sheer willpower. It was the kind of moment that defines careers. In the tiebreak, she fought point by point, thought by thought, until she could finally execute a winner, sealing the match with a forehand that summoned an eruption of cheers and disbelief. The final result, 6-1, 7-6, 5, signifies more than a scoreline. It signifies tenacity. It signifies that in the face of pressure, she could calm her breathing, sharpen her focus, and trust her instincts. It signifies a growth that cannot be measured solely in rankings or trophy points, but in the metamorphosis of spirit. Beyond the match, the heart of a champion. As the crowd cheered and the digital scoreboard glowed in Alexandra's favor, something deeper, almost timeless, unfolded. Every athlete knows that victory is fleeting. The tour moves on, rankings update, media cycles turn. But every so often, a win transcends statistics to become a symbol of something greater. For Alexandra, this night in Dubai was such a moment, not just for her, but for a generation watching from thousands of miles away. She entered the tournament as a rising talent, admired, respected, and followed. She leaves that round as a conqueror of giants, a player who has now secured her third top 1-0 win on the WTA Tour, joining victories over elite players like Iga Swiatek and Madison Keys from her breakthrough Miami run. This isn't just luck or coincidence, it's the harvest of discipline and belief cultivated over years of toil. In her own words after the match, Alexandra acknowledged the emotional gravity of the moment, from the tension she felt on court to the realization that success at this level was not just an achievement, but a gift to be shared with those who believed in her. Legacy in motion, the ripple effect. What happens when a young athlete breaks through on a world stage? The reverberations extend far beyond the scoreboard. It shifts perceptions, in her home country, in global tennis circles, and in the hearts of young players aspiring to follow in her footsteps. A victory like this becomes a milestone of inspiration. Across the Philippines and among Filipinos worldwide, social media lit up with pride and excitement. There were celebrations, emotive reactions, and messages.